Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the world's biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And a lady I've seen a million times, one of the biggest names in show business, is Marti Webb. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
It must be great to be you, not only because you're delicious, but the fact that for 30 years, I don't think you've had a week off. I mean, you've done every great show in every great role. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Well, I've had weeks out, thank goodness. We just had one, actually, which was very nice. And then back now. So, but it's... no, I do it because I enjoy it. I love it.
I can't imagine you doing anything else. I mean, I first saw you, I think Tell Me on a Sunday was the big moment where we got to see you shine. And let's face it, if you can hold together a one-woman show, you can do anything. And then,
about that.
well, but since then you've had these iconic roles where sort of the matriarch owns the show. And even in all the reviews in this, Le Cage aux Folles, they say you're sort of the comic backbone of it, which is a great compliment.
It's very nice. I mean, it's a very small part, and I love it because of that more than anything else. And my high spot of the evening, I think, is when I watch the show in Le Cage aux Folles, the cabaret, which I absolutely adore watching the dancers. It's fantastic. The boys are actually so wonderful.
I last saw this, I think, with Graham Norton in London, which was the last time.
Yes.
It was amazing. And I hear this is even more spectacular, and they've put a ton of money into the costumes and the sparkle of it, because let's face it, it's a camp fest, this, isn't it?
Oh, well, it is a bit, I suppose, yes, but there's a lot more in it, and I always say that to people. I mean, it is wonderful to see such a gorgeous set. I mean, it is a beautiful set, and the costumes, especially for the boys, unfortunately, are absolutely beautiful, because that's what it is. It's a cabaret show, suddenly. It's a show within a show, and because of that, but they have really spent money on this set, and it's lovely, and the audiences really love it, and it's a funny show, let's face it, it's a very funny, witty show.
And for those who don't know, tell us the story. So we've got two guys who lead it, we've got you in it, we've got sparkle and glamour and great frocks. What else?
Well, I suppose it's really a story about a dysfunctional family, if you actually think about it. And it's almost a comedy of errors, really. And it's... I just think it's just so highly entertaining. I mean, there's so much more in it. I don't like to give the story away too much because I'd rather people come and see the story unfold for themselves. But it is a very funny show, and it's wonderful music. The songs by Jerry Herman are just wonderful. There's a lot of songs that people go, oh my God, I didn't know that was in it, and all that. I mean, the most famous one of all is I Am What I Am, of course, which John Partridge, our lead, does fantastically, and that is a highlight in the show. But there's many other songs in it, Best of Times and Look Over There, which I love, is one of my favourites, and which is a beautiful soft song, you know, typical Jerry Herman, just so sensitive and beautiful.
And I think that's what this show has, a tenderness. I mean, it's got a heart and it's got a true meaning.
Yes, it has. It's got a huge heart. And we're so lucky because the cast are fantastic. I'm not just saying that because I'm in it and I'm sorry, oh, you say that about everybody. No, but you don't. But I mean, for touring, it really is important that we all get on, and we do. We have a lot of laughs, and they're a fabulous company. So we're very lucky with that.
I think I must have been stalking you over the years because we get to see all these different shows that come into town and go, and you've done many of them. When we hear your voice, I mean, it's one of those sort of Broadway belter voices where you go, that's it. That's what we're looking for when we come to a show. How do you view yourself at this point? Because, I mean, you've made it. You've nothing to prove now, have you?
Oh, I don't know. I think you've always got something to prove. Prove that you can still get out there and do it, I suppose. And I don't do much in this show. I don't sing that much. And a lot of what she sings is just fun, really, for Jacqueline, the character Jacqueline. I think she's a frustrated chorus girl. I'm sure of it. I'm sure she married very well. We always joke at her that she's called the Duchess in the show. And I think she must have married some Italian duke somewhere along the line, you know, but she sort of sees that, and she adores Zaza, who of course John plays, who is the lead. Zaza, the wonderful act, the headline act at Le Cage aux Folles, and she's absolutely madly in love with Zaza. She thinks Zaza's the best thing ever, and that's really what propels, I think, the makeup, things like that. She really sees herself as part of that sort of world somehow, and so she's a bit extroverted in some ways.
And they've done it well, because if this show sort of ends up half cock, it could end up looking like a Blackpool sort of tribute show. That's not the point. They've put a lot of money into the set, a lot into the sparkle, the costumes, the wigs, and the makeup. It's all an ensemble, isn't it?
The wigs, because the wigs are extraordinary, and there are so many of them, especially the boys. They have so many quick changes. And Richard Morby, who actually did the original show in London, has done our wigs, so we were very lucky to have Richard. And it's wonderful, and it's sort of a homage also to the 80s with the way, because that's when the show was written. And so basically it is there. I mean, they will notice that there's certain bits where it brings it more up to date, but basically that's what it's about, that glamour of the 80s, really, of the nightclubs in the south of France.
As we sit here in Nottingham at this glorious Theatre Royal, I wonder how many times you've been here, because life on the road is tough and you've done it for most of your life. Have you found the key to not going insane? Because you seem pretty normal.
I am pretty normal, actually, I think. I hope maybe I'm not. It's just a facade. I don't know, but it's lovely when you come in here. I mean, the guy said, hi, Marty, hi again. And that's really nice that they remember you from all the times I've been. And of course, this is very unusual, this venue, as you well know, because we have the two venues in one. And luckily, I've played in both. So it's really nice, you know, but it's a beautiful theatre. We absolutely love it. And for our show, somehow I said, because it's the shape of it, it's almost like a circle with us and them, because we don't have the fourth wall. They're part of our audience in the nightclub. They're part of the patrons at my restaurant. And so the audience is really part of the show, much more than they are in other shows. And in this theatre, in this the way it is, the shape of it, it seems to work so well, I feel.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful theatre and intimate too. And you need that with this show, because let's face it is a cabaret. It's meant to bring back that feel of the Folies Bergère in Paris, and that sort of intimate feel.
It does. And that's the thing about the set and everything. You do feel that with the boys with their costumes and everything. It's beautiful. The attention to detail is quite extraordinary.
What year did you feel like you'd made it? It seems to me when I look through your CV, 1980 was a seminal year for you. It was for me as well, because I was born, believe it or not. But that was a huge year for you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, actually, because I just got Evita. I did Evita in 79, 80. And, of course, at the end of 79, I actually recorded Tell Me on a Sunday, but it didn't come out till 1980. And then my world changed completely and utterly. I thought it was enough to play Evita, but suddenly everyone wanted to speak to you, we wanted to take your picture, and it was the completely different world suddenly from the world I'd been in since I was a kid, really. So, and just thought, well, this is very strange. I'm still the same person I was yesterday. Don't quite understand this, but that's the power of television. It really is. It's amazing.
And we all need one break. And then when that break's given to you by Andrew Lloyd Webber and those songs and written for you, I guess there's no greater compliment, is there?
I don't think there is. I don't think I'm a very lucky girl. And every day I just think, thank you so much, Andrew. I mean, I was just so lucky. And it's just an amazing experience that I think it's one of the biggest experiences in my life, really, because you never thought it would happen to you. And it's just to sit there and watch somebody just compose, just actually do it, you know, rather than just come and hear it next day or whatever. Just to see him just sit there and play with the piano and just say, what do you think of this? And then just suddenly this tune comes out, you know, and you just go, oh my God, how does he do this? Where does it come from? I don't know. And then Don Black, the lyricist, just as brilliant. Andrew phone in, play the tune, he'd go, oh, all right, fine. And then suddenly 20 minutes later, he'd phone with the lyric. And it was just an amazing experience, and very easy because there were just us. There wasn't loads of people around saying, do this, do that. It was just Andrew doing it. Oh, sorry about this. Here we go. This is a half-hour call, you see. See, you're really in the theatre now, you know.
Isn't that incredible? This is the bit where you get the tingle, is it?
I know, yes, always. It's the half-hour, so everyone starts to panic, even though I'm not on for ages. But, I mean, you do. Everybody starts going, oh, my God, it's work time, work zone.
Very finally, and then I'll let you get ready. I guess that you were part of the heyday of musical theatre. I know it's still doing well today and earning more money than it ever did, but it seems like they're not new shows that are coming back like this or Phantom or Les Mis. The great shows, Miss Saigon's about to reopen, Hairspray. You had a time when they just were creating the most magical musicals with the greatest songs, and you were part of that. I wonder whether that'll ever happen again. It seems like
I think it will, because I think it's like a circle, you know, it has no beginning, no end. And I think I was so lucky to be there. I mean, to work with Anthony Newley and Leslie Brickus. I mean, those wonderful songs that came out of Stop the World, you know, What Kind of Fool Am I, Once in a Lifetime, all these wonderful songs. And then to do Half a Sixpence, of course, straight after it. I mean, and Oliver, these wonderful musicals, British musicals, I have to
Could
say.
we just list the ones you weren't in? It might be quicker.
No, but they were just wonderful British musicals. It was like the age when it was so creative. And I think it is still there, and it will be there. You know, Cameron McIntosh does an awful lot to promote new musicals, especially with the Vivian Ellis Prize, as you know. Of course, my first musical I ever did was by Vivian Ellis, and wonderful man. And so they do try to keep making new people come into it and to write musicals, which is what you want, really.
It's hard to get a hit, though, isn't it?
Well, it's like everything. It really is hard, you know, and I think it's harder today because it's so much the sell, you know, with the media and everything else. It's harder, really, for people. And also it costs so much more money now than what it ever did.
What a great life and what a great career. Keep on keeping on, because you are the backbone of show business, really. People like you who do it decade after decade and never phone it in and always deliver with that tremendous voice. Congratulations. Marti Webb, lovely to talk to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Le Casual Faux continues on tour. You can find out more. Just put in Le Casual Faux and it will come up. And thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.